Hey, welcome back. I thought today I'd show you my latest eBay find. This is a Cobra 139xlr. It looks just like what I had set up here. I had an 89xlr, which is the AM version of this radio. So I'm real familiar with all the controls already. I'll give you a little close-up. This one was a pretty good deal. It did not come with a microphone. I had to put my own mic on it, but it was $45 on eBay. I tried my power desk microphone, the Cobra mic that I have on this, and it made the radio squeal. I tried a handheld power mic, that made the radio squeal. I finally found an original Cobra hand mic in storage, we'll say. And that mic, oh, it works fantastic with this radio. Somebody had to have done something to the modulation. This mic, just normal talking, it's 100% modulation and more. I'll show you. Do I have you on the right side? Testing, 1, 2, test, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2. Just talking at a normal voice, testing, 1, 2. So as you can see, the modulation is pretty potent, even with a stock mic. I did do a recording and a comparison with a couple of radios with power mics, and this radio was just as loud as those. Alright, the other thing that I picked up recently was this little amplifier. Switch that around. It is the Page 75. Just a little 75 watt amp. The main reason I wanted this was just for the receive amp, because this amp features, the receive amp works independently of the transmit amp. So you can use the receive amp without having the main amplifier on, which I thought was a pretty cool feature. And of course it has the high and low output. And I set it up with an external speaker because of the bassier sound. And then from there, I decided, well, new radio setup has to have a new antenna setup too. So this new coax running up the wall, up above my tarps, around the insulation, and out the soffit. And that goes out to this setup. It's a half-wave dipole mounted outside. It's my first ever outdoor dipole. I've run Antrons and a couple of other style antennas outside in the past, but my dipoles, I usually just mount them up in an attic. But this one, I wanted to put it at a 30-degree angle. It's pointing perfectly west. And I'm hoping that when the conditions come back, this antenna will skip towards California. So what I did was I put a 3.5 foot tall PVC pole, heavy-duty outdoor string, and same thing, I doubled up on that string from the pole down to the center pole and down to the bottom mounting. And then I had my pre-tuned dipole antenna that I zip tied to that string, and it's center fed, and coax just runs right down there and then up into the soffit. So I can't wait. For local talk, it's done pretty good. My wife and I did a little test with it, and I set the camera up here in the garage, and we drove to the post office, which is 7 miles away, and I could still hear myself talking in the recording here in the garage from 7 miles away. And in my car, if you've seen my other videos, all I have in there is just a stock radio. It's a realistic AM, no kick. But this radio could hear it from 7 miles away, running off of that antenna. There's another view of it. So let me get that volume thing out of the way. So there it is, my new garage setup. the radio, the bilinear, my external speaker, and my brand new homemade 30-degree dipole antenna. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you got questions or comments or suggestions, put them in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. Alright, Mower Junkie out. 151, standing by.